what is up? Thank you so much for once again stopping back by. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how do you know if you are meant to become an actor. So how do you know that this thing is for you? How do you know it's gonna work? How do you know that you are in the right place when you say that you want to be an actor? If that is something you're interested in watching, do keep watching till the end of this video. But first, don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe and become a part of the family. So before we get into this video, I actually have good news. If you follow me on Instagram or if you watched my previous vlog, you would have known that actually your girl won Best Actress 2020. I don't know if you guys can read here, but it's written Best Actress Asiphest.ntuli 2020. So I'm super grateful and super happy for this video, for this award. Why am I saying video? So it's just something I thought I'd just come here and share with you guys, since I feel like I've made you guys a part of my acting journey. But anyway, that's not where we are. I just thought I'd bring it here and be like now obviously, before I get into it, this is not according to any guide or book. This is just some things that I went through that ended up leading me into actually having it all figured out. So no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it's gonna take, this is the career that is for me. And then having went on with life, having explored, met other fellow actors, talked to them, I kind of figured that we sort of had the same clues or tips or experiences that brought us here. Like, we have similar things. Now you used to do that, now you used to do that. So all those common things showed me, okay, so perhaps if you are meant to be in the acting industry, here are some clues to look out for, because we can't have 20 people saying, bro, I used to do this too. So the first one that I want to talk about is you need to know your why. Why do you want to act? Why do you, out of all the things in the world, want to act? Now, if you are a black child, this is probably the most important point ever, because you're gonna get questioned, not because they look down on it, but because, you know, our culture is so finish high school, study, get a job, work. And unfortunately, for some of our black parents, working for someone is the only route to success. So the minute you say you want to start a business, the minute you say you want to study something outside the medical industry, outside the educational industry, outside the law industry, everything else is like uzosebenzaphi. So I think as a black child, if you are watching this video, it is so important that if you want to embark on anything either than the things that I've just mentioned or the careers that are very common in our black nation, you're gonna get questioned. So your why needs to be very strong in not really convincing them to support you, but at least making them understand that it is what it is. This is what you want to do. So why do you want to act? Now the why it differs with everyone. Acting is a calling. This is what I always say. Acting is a calling. So through acting, we are called to different things. One person may tell you that they want to act because they just enjoy telling stories. Another person may tell you, I want to act because I want to show my life through whatever I'm going to be given. I want to act because I want to heal people. I want to act because it's just something that makes me feel alive. I want to act because I like being in front of people. Like, you need to know your why. For instance, my why is so I feel like if you watch this channel, you know that I'm a person who likes examples. So my why as to why did I choose acting, I genuinely just enjoy the process of acting, the process of becoming a character. I genuinely just enjoy leaving my life and entering somebody else's life. And when you completely understand this, and when you completely immerse yourself into somebody else's life, you really forget about your own life. You really forget about who you are, and you really take on these experiences that some you've never really had. So I enjoy being vulnerable to different emotions. I enjoy feeling different things to different people and to different lives, and that's my why. I love making myself go through the journey of telling stories that I may not have necessarily been through. I enjoy the process. I enjoy working with directors. I enjoy breaking down scripts. I enjoy reading scripts. I enjoy being critical and enjoy watching people perform. I enjoy being in the creative space in like environment. I get goosebumps every time I'm on stage. I love it. It makes me yeah, you get the point. I could be acting a crippled person, something I've never been in my life, but I enjoy that journey of not being able to use my hand, like what it's really like. I enjoy feeling pain for that 2 hours in a show of this is what they go through. Like, I enjoy the different walks of life, and obviously I can't have that because I'm one person, but through acting I get to experience, it's limitless. I experience anything and anyone and anywhere in the world. Your why is to be famous. You want to act because you want to be famous. Okay, cool, that is a why, that is a reason. But once you are famous, then what's gonna happen? Because then you would have achieved what you want, so it's gonna outgrow. So then your acting span is gonna be short-lived because the why was never strong. So the second sign is there has to be signs from a young age. Remember, acting is a calling. It's something that is instilled in you. It's something that you come. It's a talent or in your hands when you're born. So there's no way that if acting is a calling, if it's meant to be for you, there had not been signs from a young age. Signs could be things like, for instance, I know for me, I started performing ever since I was in grade 2. I was lead character ever since I was in grade 2. I was dancing. I was that kid in gatherings. I would dance speeches. So things like that, it could come for you in a different form. Maybe as a kid you were always writing. Maybe you enjoyed standing in the mirror and just talking to yourself. But there are things that have been done innocently without you not even knowing what you were doing. Now, of course, I don't mean like the whole I was a kid who was able to stand in front of gatherings. It doesn't take you to be an extrovert in order for your calling to follow you. You could have had signs even if you're an introvert. You know, people kind of misunderstand people that are actors. If you're an actor, you need to be an extrovert. There are some very, very shy actors there, and they are in the right industry. They bring flame when they're on stage, but when they're outside, you could swear with the eyeball. But the signs as a young child, talk to your parents, were always there. Find out the things that you used to do as a child. I always say with Mina, our purpose is linked to the things that we did being unaware. Most of people that are happy in their jobs and their careers, it was a calling to them. They started doing it before they even understood I can make a career out of that. Before they even understood what it is that they were doing, because it was instilled in them. All they had to do along the journey was discover. So people that have been successful in discovering what was already given to them as a child are very happy in their line of work. So the key is discovering what it is that you were called to do. The third thing, you gotta be passionate. You gotta be passionate because it's an unfair industry. It's brutal. If you're not passionate about it, you're gonna burn out. If you are in it for, I think the trickiest thing about this industry is that it's a very hard industry, but it's a very nice industry. It comes with a lot of benefits, with a lot of perks. You become a superstar, you are known, people know your name without you even speaking, you are in the limelight. It's very, very nice. You know, there's so much luxury that comes with being popular. That is the truth about it. You get brands for free. You work with people not because of what you can offer, but because of who you are. You make money for just being in a place. There's just so much. And even inside our industry, there's so many jobs that once you are inside, you get without even looking for them. Like, it's nothing for Bonang to be approached by Mercedes. Not because no, they just hire her for her name. They hire her for her brand. So because it's such a luxurious industry, a lot of people can think they just want that, and they end up wanting to pursue the acting industry only for that. That's not passion, because unfortunately it takes a lot of rejection. It takes a lot of not being good enough. It takes a lot of trial and error. It is a marathon. It takes a lot to become a good performer, to become a good actress. So it's something you constantly need to be working on. There's no way you're going to be able to put in the work and put in the hours if you are not passionate. Another sign that could show you that this is for you is not having a plan B. Often when I speak about this, people kind of misunderstand me. You cannot have a plan B, nah, acting, you cannot have a plan B. But here's my thing. If in life, in anything, you have a plan B, a backup plan, chances are plan A won't work, because you won't put in as much effort as a person who doesn't have a plan B, because you know that if this doesn't work, I have a plan B. The minute you have a plan B, you set up plan A for failure, because you're telling plan A that it's okay if you don't work, I have something else. But if you don't have something else, then you don't give plan A a chance to fail, because it's all you have. You can't let it fail, else you're gonna go hungry. So here's what I mean when I say in acting, you can't have a plan B. Or if you wanna how to know that you are meant to be in this, you can't have a plan B. I'm gonna take a practical example to me. I'm gonna bring it back to me. Ukuti. I'm not saying you only need to act. I know I always emphasize, in fact, in order to live a well-off life, you need to be doing more than one thing. But here's where I get confused. Umuntu will claim that they want to be an actor, abanye even go to acting school, and then a year later, umuntu is studying social work, umuntu is studying marketing. Then I'm like, how? Those are like two separate fields. Those are like two separate worlds. Why did you even do drama if one day you're gonna go to do social work? For me, my entire life is showbiz. Even if I had to teach, I'd be teaching drama. Even if I had to everything, I'm not saying do one thing and act, but I honestly just believe, this is a personal opinion, that plan B should be under plan A. It should be under the same umbrella. So yes, I can be an actor as the main thing, and then I write, I produce, I direct, I teach, but I'm teaching drama. I lecture, but I lecture drama. I have workshops, but even if I branch into education, but it's still related to acting. Even if I do music, it is still related to showbiz. Even if I'm a dancer one day, it's still related to showbiz. So for me, showbiz is plan A. It doesn't matter what I do in showbiz, but showbiz is plan A. Influencing, my YouTube channel, that is plan A, because that falls under showbiz. That way, I'm not only an actor, but I have many streams that can attract income to sustain a comfortable life. But when people do acting and then low, and then I'm just like, where's your calling? Where's your passion? Where's your purpose? So that is why I'm like, plan B for me is like, then plan A will just not work. You need to research. Like I said, acting is a marathon. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. And if you still want to do it, then you know you're in the right place, because it is emotionally draining. It's a lot. You need to be ready to audition. Auditioning means standing in long ass queues weekend to weekend, coming back with a no all the time. You need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for things like rejection. You need to be ready. This is my job. I'm good enough for this. I nailed this. But because this girl knows this person, or this girl did this, they're gonna get the job. So you need emotional stamina. You need mental, emotional, physical stamina in order to keep going. So that's why I'm like, you need to get into the industry knowing the ins and outs. You need to know your story. And once you know your story and you've researched about other people's stories and how they got into the industry and how because honestly, when you take your time to listen to people's interviews and how they got into the industry, you realize the hardship that comes with just being an actor in South Africa. If you had to watch just 3 of your favorite actors and the things they've been through, and then ask yourself, combining all these 3 things, would I still want to do this? If your answer is still yes, then chances are that you are meant to be in the right industry. Prepare yourself for everything that you possibly can think of when it comes to the industry. The last one that we're going to talk about is acting needs to evoke a certain emotion in you. You need to have a critical eye. That is another way of knowing that you are meant to be in the acting industry. When you watch a movie and you feel a certain way, or when you watch something, let me not say a movie, and you feel a certain way, when you are able to see a good performance, it doesn't matter if it's a good performance to the next person, a good performance according to you and your knowledge at that time. But when you watch something, if you are able to individually take out and say, Uti, what's the actor guy? So it's things like that. Uti, you have an eye that is very analytic when it comes to performances. You have an eye that is very critical when you don't just watch a movie for the sake of watching it for fun, but you have things that you comment on, whether it's the way it's directed, whether it's the way the shot is moving, but you don't watch a movie like everyone else. That is another way of knowing what actually I'm drawn to this. When you look at something and you're like, I could have done this better. When bad acting irritates you, when you watch something and you're just like, while everyone else is applauding and enjoying, and you're just like, I could do this better. So it's things like that. You're very analytical about the things that you see on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you took something away from it. If you did, drop it down below. If you have any videos that you want me to do specifically about acting, you guys know that I am more than willing to always listen and bring those videos. But for now, you definitely are a star. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. I love you. Bye.